Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to talk about the new Gourmande Girls Secret Grove palette. Look at the artwork. It's so beautiful. It's so stunning. I love the mushroom in the house and the tree. Oh my god, it gives me so cozy vibes. And look at the inside of the palette. It is so pretty. It's a matte heavy palette, so if you are a matte person, this palette would be right up for you. And it has beautiful pinks and greens and orangey yellows. I really love it. You can go like very simple, very monochromatic, or mix and match to create your own color story. I really love it. This is the first look that I created using this palette. This palette is already available on their website and you can use the code SMITHYSONY to save 10% off. I'll leave the price on the screen for you guys. This is like very low on the price. I really loved the quality, at least of the first look that I created. I used the first row for this look just because I'm going to office. I didn't want to like mix and match, and I'm not so much into greens that I would wear a green look to office. That's just me. That's just me. But we'll definitely do a green look also in this channel. So stay tuned. But yes, without further ado, let's move on to the swatches using this palette, as well as the 3 looks that I created using this palette. Let's begin. It's a new palette for me, the first time that I'm using this Secret Grove palette from Gourmande Girls. So let's see, I'm going to office, I'm getting ready for office, so I thought I'll do a very simple look. The first look from this palette, then I'll do a dramatic look towards the end. Okay, so let's begin. I feel like I should start with Academia, or should I start with that? Okay, let's start with Kinoko actually. This deep burgundy shade on my outer corners. I'm wearing a burgundy top, so that might match. Oh, look at that shade. I love this shade. I love burgundies, like, yeah, no doubt. We're just gonna test if this palette is the same Gourmande quality that we are aware of. And so far it's blending really nicely. I'm patting it and it's blending over the edges, if you can see. And I'm also going to take this on the outer corners of the lower lash line. Just try that. I'll take a smaller brush actually for that. Just try that. Okay. Now I'm going to take the same brush with this shade, Academia. It's a peachy shade. And place that in my crease. It doesn't show up really well on my skin tone. And that might be because my skin tone. I'm more of a medium skin tone, so just keep that in mind. It shows up a little peachy, but it also has a little bit of sheen through it. I don't know if you can see it or not. It has a little bit of sheen. Okay, I'm gonna go with this shade, Halcyon. You need to excuse my pronunciation. Taking right there in the crease. And I'm gonna just melt it down with that burgundy. Just taking that burgundy again, Kinoko, and just deepening out the outer corners after all the blending. Just right there. I'm gonna place my NYX glitter glue on my eyelid and I'll get right back for the shimmer. Okay, let's move on to this shade, which is Euphoric. Looks like a fiery golden champagne shade. Let's see. So it does have like a iridescent pink quality to it. I hope you can see that. That's how simple it's gonna get today. I'm gonna finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my first eye look. I pretty much went straight the first row and went for a monochromatic look for the office. So basically the first 4 shades of the palette, like that. And next we're going to mix and match and see where we land. So now let's move on to the second eye look. Okay, let's begin with the second look. We have all the greens and the reds and the purple, of course. We have to use that. So majorly this 2 rows, right? So let's start off with the yellow shade here. And I'm going to take that. This is called Poppy. And I'm going to take that in my inner third of my eyelid. Okay, I just prime my eyes with my Alter Ego primer and placing that yellow there. I'm actually going to take a denser brush just so that I get more pigment, again going into Poppy. So that's how it's showing up on me. I want to see how different is that yellow to this shade. But yeah, we'll definitely do that shade on the other eye so that we know and we can see how different it is. Now I'm gonna go, obviously we have to go into greens. So let's go into sage. Actually, let's go into this and we'll blend the sage shade out. So we're going into Mori. If you've not like tested out Gourmande Girls shadows, they're not powdery by any means. They blend very, very nicely and they're super buildable too. But in the pan, you have a little bit of powderiness, but nothing compared to like powdery eyeshadows, you know. You won't see like major fallout or anything. We'll go back to that yellow just because I don't want to lose that yellow. And just melting it with that green. There you go. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush with the lighter green, which is sage, melting the edges. Yeah, this has they do it so well, like you have the same tone but the variation in depth is different. Like that would help to blend out the other shade Mori as well as this shade Solitude so very nicely. Let's take Solitude too, and I'm going to place that in the outer corners. Look how much deep that is. I love that. So once I have that depth built, I'm going to take the same shade Solitude on my outer corners of the lower lash line, and I'm going to take the other brush with no additional product. It had a bit of sage on it, and I'm just blending the edges. I'm going to take this shade, which is Penumbra, this one, the brown shade, and I'm going to just flip the same brush and I'm going to take that on my lower lash line. Oh, that's a deep brown, like a neutral cool tone brown. I really love that. Okay, now I'm just gonna avoid putting my NYX Glitter Glow and see how Bewitching works. It's a, oh my god, it's a beautiful purple with a bronzy tone and green to it too. Okay, I cannot wait. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Yeah. I just wanted to see if there would be fallout when applying it without the glitter glue. I mean, it's applying very, very nicely and I don't see any fallout on my face. But with the glitter glue, I am so sure that this will stick to it so nicely. Oh, this shade is stunning. You know how much I love my purples. I love it. Love it. Oh my god, stunning. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. Okay, I've finished off my eyeliner and mascara. I'm going to go back into that poppy shade and plop that right in my inner corner for the added brightness of that yellow. Just right there. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's my second eye look. I love the way how this came out. I really love the inclusion of the, you know, the multichrome of that bronzy to a purple to a green, and it complements so very well with that green. Can you see that shift happening? I really, really love that. Love that. I want to actually mix it out with some other tones also just to see how that multichrome would be with other shades. So let's begin. I'm going to first start off with this shade Boho and see how different it is. You can definitely see this is more peachy as compared to this. This is more of that sunflower yellow orange shade. So let's start off. I'm going to place that on my transitioning area. Yeah, definitely more peachy. Like, no doubts. Like, can you see this shade and this shade? totally shows up differently. For a seamless blend, because we have to go over with reds, and let's see how this rolls. I'm gonna take this shade, which is Kinoko, this one, the burgundy shade, Kinoko, and this definitely has a lot of fallout in the pan at least. So I'm gonna tap off the excess. Look at the shade, oh my god, stunning it is. I love burgundies. So pretty, man. Just stamping it right now, just so that I have the depth that I'm looking for. I'm gonna wipe off the same brush and then dip into the shade which is rustic, which is the red. Start blending it with that burgundy shade. You can see the difference, right? This is more of like that blood red, and this was more burgundy. I'm gonna take this shade Boho and just take that towards the edges, just so that everything has a smooth blend. So once we have that all blended, I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Glow, just because I want to with this look, especially with reds. I'm gonna just place that mainly in the inner corners and then scatter it towards the middle of the eyelid. I'm gonna take that burgundy shade again, Kinoko shade, and I'm gonna apply that on my lower lash line, and also take that red and mix it up with that. Okay, I'm gonna first take this same shade Bewitching, and then I'm gonna melt it with this Euphoric shade. So let's take a little bit of Bewitching and apply that mainly in the center of my eyelid. That is so stunning. Can you see the difference? I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna take that shade Euphoric, which is such a beautiful, like a iridescent pink, peachy, golden shade. So stunning. Okay, I'm gonna take that right there and then melt it out with that Bewitching shade. Scoop it up. Just like that. Like that. Take the same shade on my inner corners too. Just like that. You can totally leave this like a all matte look too. I just wanted to show you the difference in the shimmers when applied on top of another matte. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my third eye look. You guys let me know out of the 3 looks that I created, which one was your favorite. I really loved how like dramatic you can go, or like grungy you can go, or like everyday girly you can go with this palette. And this palette is like $29.99, and on top of that you can use my code SMITHYSONY to save some more too. I feel like the quality is absolutely beautiful, especially if you are into mattes, because this is a matte heavy palette. This palette would be amazing for you. Amazing. I feel like this really puts me outside my comfort zone, because it does have those like peachy and purpley tones, but also has like grungy tones, summery tones. This can be used year long, I would say, because it truly does have like so many different tones that you can use to. And the artwork is absolutely amazing. It does have a mirror. Like, I love it. I definitely give it a thumbs up from my side. Do let me know, are you guys gonna pick this up or not? It is already available on the Gourmande Girls website. So if you are picking it up, don't forget to use my code. And that's all for today, guys. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.